A little glow shone in from the skylight over the grand cathedral. This place was somehow different than the way it had been during the witch's trial. The decorations had changed. The several pleasantly sparkling white ribbons were paper thin, but they hung beautifully in the air. Flowers rained all over in a way that could make any place look cheerful. It was like how a single drop of impure water could spoil an entire cask of wine. Just the presence of the flowers, the ribbons, and the red carpet that ran down the center of the room made it hard to believe that this was the same place Ushiro and Natsuki had been falsely accused of a crime. It had truly become a wedding chapel. Love is generous. Love is merciful. Love does not envy. It does not boast. Of course, in this wedding celebrated by demons, there was no priest in sight. Instead, there stood a witch who controls miracles. In sickness and in health. Yeah, a wife's true job is to be supported in times of sickness. Isn't that right, Erica? Yes, my master. That looks good on you. Looking out for the one who has conquered the bridegroom. I am honored, my master. Bride standing on the carpet path was Furuto Erica. The groom's face couldn't be seen. The bride's outfit was, without a doubt, a pure white wedding dress. The white veil represented both the white of God's blessing and the white of the demon's cruelty. As many goat nobles, witches, and demons were gathered for this wedding. On their heads had been those of goats. They probably have seemed to be a very refined crowd worthy of the great cathedral. I'd expect no less from you, Bern. Every single thing you come up with is always so screwed up. A wife to support her ailing husband. Isn't that wonderful? It suits you, Erica. And congratulations to you too, Mr. Groom. At this point, Bert gets out, stared straight into the groom's eyes. The groom didn't answer. His eyes were gray. His lips would mutter something from time to time, but no one could tell if the words meant anything. Hey, are you listening? All of you. He spoke to the groom in plural. Of course, there was only one groom. But of course, the gray-eyed groom didn't answer. You can hear, but you can't answer, right? Don't worry, okay? Father-son. I'll take everything of yours and trample all over it. The witch of miracles sneer with an evil smile that would make even demons want to avert their gaze. Even that sneer provoked no response from Bowser's dim eyes. People live for the sake of love. Therefore today you have fulfilled the purpose of their lives.
Oh, how great it is, the power to live, the power of love. I pray that the brightness of the day blesses these two for all time.
Just give it a rest already, you demons. What comes next? The couple will now make an oath of eternal love.
After that, they will exchange rings.
On Balor's hand was a ring bearing the seal of the one-winged eagle, proof that he was a territorial lord of this world. And on Erica's finger was a diamond ring that could not be shattered by any miracle. Diamonds signify an eternal bond. However, in Greek, the word for diamond simply means unbreakable. Erica was vowing to love Balor forever. She just wanted to take Balor as her property for all of eternity. The wedding was being performed for the sole purpose of humiliating Balor.
Don't worry. I won't love you forever. After all, the point of the ceremony is to make you submit to me. Your heart will be shut inside an inescapable locked room forever, where I, Furuto Erica, the detective and the Witch of Truth, will command it. Your mission is territory, Lord, and your ring will become mine.
Can't get...
What was that?
Can't get out.
Yes, I'll bet you can't get out of that locked room. After all, you made that locked room yourself. You will suffer in that room for all of eternity. And when we decide to just wait for eternity, you can enjoy that look of anguish on your face all by myself. I'll just follow you forever. You show me a battler!
All that could be heard was the sound of the wind. A sound of misfortune strong enough to bring sadness and needs to those who heard it. Slowly, I came back to my senses. I fully regained consciousness on top of the bed with a firm mattress. Where was this again? I couldn't remember where this was. I could vaguely recall that it was very bad for me to be here. The room was dimly lit. There was a light on, but that just made the darkness and eeriness of the room more apparent. There's no curtains over the windows, but it was too dark outside to see anything beyond it. I was craning into that pitch blackness. I felt as though I could see the witch of the forest peering back at me through the darkness. I averted my gaze from the window in fear. I couldn't see or hear it. I got the feeling if I left this room, it would be bright and warm and someone would be there for me. I have to get where everyone else is right now. A bad memory from when I was very young began to well up. I was having trouble staying awake during a family gathering. The next thing I knew, I was lying in bed in a room I'd never seen before. I had a horrible painful memory of being up there, feeling incredibly lonely and crying my eyes out. This room, I'm not supposed to be here. I just want out. Once I started thinking that way, I didn't want to stay in this room a second longer than I had to. This room scares me. It's creepy. Where is everyone? I want to get out of here right now. I opened the door, trying to leave the room. A pleasant glow snuck in through the crack of the door. As I thought, the corridor was filled with a comforting light. I couldn't actually hear them, but I could sense that far away people were enjoying themselves. Everyone was supposed to be gathered in a room across from this one. I've been shut up in this lonely, creepy room all alone. I should go quickly. As soon as I saw this, a merciless metallic sound rang out and the door refused to open any further. The chain had been set. I'd always hated chain locks. You open normal locks just by twisting. The chain locks are built in such an annoying way where it's difficult to undo them easily. So I've always hated them since I was very young. See? Even this chain has caused me trouble and just can't get it undone. Why is this happening? I just want to leave this creepy room right away. On the other side of this thin door, everything's bathed in a warm light. I can't undo it. I just can't undo this chain. The more desperate I grew, the more the unsettling darkness of the room seemed to close in on me from behind, and the more frightened I became. Then I finally noticed. There was something wrong with this chain. Yes, there is a chain, but this isn't a chain lock. This is a chain sticking to the door so it can't open any further. In other words, it isn't made to be opened. What the hell was going on? Who do something like this? Damn it! No matter what I did, no matter how much I struggled, I couldn't pull out the stake or undo the chain or break the mechanism. The door was just a demon's mouth, made to trick me to think it would open before crushing my hopes a moment later. Even so, if I could only just get open this door somehow, I could get out into the pleasant corridor. This desire forced me to keep my hand glued to the doorknob. But it was useless. Both the chain and the stake were firm, and though they clattered about, there was no chance of them letting the door open any further. Even though I could see the pleasant hallway through the crack, I had no chance of opening the door any further. Maybe someone would come if I yell. Maybe the door can be opened easily from the outside. When I thought this, I tried to call out to someone, but as though the wind had been knocked out of me. I could mouth the words, "Someone come here." No voice left my lips. What's going on? Someone come! Why can't I cry out? Help me, help me, help me! I didn't even say help me out loud scared me more than anything. And if I turn around, the witch gazing into the room for the darkness outside, and I'll be inside the room standing right behind me. I'm frightened, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared! Someone help me, someone help me! Can't get out, I can't get out! Let me out of this room! Help me, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared! Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out, help me, help me, help me!
先方がいらっしゃったそうですぜ。
Missy, it sounds like they've arrived. Huh? Oh. Makusa ran his finger down my cheek. I awoke in an instant from the doze I'd just been in. I glared at Makusa for waking me up in such a creepy way, but he just played dumb. Where is this? It's like a parlor in a house of some well-off person. But I have no memory of this place at all. Where is this? And why am I... You still have a sleep, Missy. Yeah, sorry. Where are we? Huh? Apparently, I hadn't fully expected me to forget something like that just because I wasn't fully awake yet. Oddly enough, I agreed. Why am I in this parlor that I don't recognize? Sound the footsteps of the person or people that Makusa had mentioned. I come right up to the opposite side of the door. I can hear the sound of a conversation. They're probably women. Just made coffee and snacks lay in front of me. I was a guest here. In that case, I better remember why I came here. Or at least who it was that I came to visit. Who am I? Ushiramina Angie. Who is the man standing behind me? I'm Makusa Juza. The man used to be my guard long ago. It's now the bodyguard Okonogi assigned me. In that case, after Aunt Eva died, I must have been thrown off my pursuers. Got on a journey to find out what happened on that day 12 years ago. Is that what happened? Did I have a memory of this? After a knock, the door opened. The person I must have come here to meet entered along with a maid. Oh, wonderful. I've never seen her face. I can't remember who she is. Sorry to have kept you waiting. This is Hachijo Toha. That's a relief. May introduce her to me first. If I remember who she was. She? I was sure it was a he. Excuse me, but who are you? Yes. Yes, I am Hachijo Toya. The magazines talk about your books on the event. Those mysterious male authors showed up wearing sunglasses and masks. And I thought you'd be a woman. What's the deal? That was just a double set up by the editing department. I was the assistant standing behind him at the book signing. Now there's a shock. I read your works. I'll bet you're even more mystery than your books are. My readers only pretend to read my books. They buy them just based on the name of the author and the brand and think they're actually read them. No matter what I write in my books, they don't truly read anything. They just pretend to read so they can look smart and knowledgeable and keep up with the current fad. Am I supposed to expose myself to these people? Why indulge such trash? I see. Looks like you really are the great Hachijo. This person really is eccentric. There's no doubt about it. This is Hachijo Toya herself. Hachijo Toya is a mystery novelist who's become the center of discussion lately. Although her actual books are also apparently highly praised, it's her mysterious debut has attracted so much attention towards her lately. Last year, she somehow managed to win several different awards for exceptional mystery novels offered by multiple large publishing companies, submitting each of her works under a different pen name. And after that, several highly regarded anonymous works were discovered, one after another. There have been stories she had written in the past under false names. And probably Sordis herself became more mysterious than her books. So this, the author herself never appeared in public, and everything about her was wrapped in a veil of secrecy. However, just a few days ago, this author had finally made a public appearance for book signing, showing up with a mask that covered his face, drawing more public attention. And apparently, even that had been fake. Given this person's radically unconventional track record, it's hardly surprised to hear her casually insult her fans like this. I know quite a lot about you, Ushiromiya Anji-san. The talk shows have been discussing you for some time now. Oh, it's so great to meet you. I'm sure you've heard nothing good. Yes, nothing good at all. And the employee then fire people on a whim. Think anything can be resolved with money and are an outlaw and a thug. Yep, sounds about right. However, I happen to like intelligent people like you. Is that why you agreed to meet with me? Exactly. You're the only person who's managed to spot the Ito Ikukuro 0576 is another pen name used by Hachijo Toya. That's actually pretty impressive. It's a pretty strange username. However, if you match this Japanese syllables numbers, you can read it as Ito Ikukuro. 11-019-960-576. Massive number is equal to 18 to the 8th power. 18 to the 8th power. In Japanese, Toya no Hachijo. That's how you reach Hachijo Toya. Oh! Very well done. I'm quite impressed. In fact, I'm so impressed I decided to meet you here in person. Welcome to my mansion, Chowdavan. Her manner of speaking was extremely condescending. Perhaps because of her elegant manner, it didn't feel particularly irritating. This person has a sort of majestic grandeur about her, which that style of speech almost seemed natural. At least that's how it feels to me. In fact, I once felt as though this was a manifestation of some noble being, who would have no need to show herself before mere humans under normal circumstances. So I'm not a particular fan of hers. I think it's to prove that her mysterious charisma really is nothing to be laughed about. However, I didn't come here to talk to Hachijo Toya, the mystery novelist. I'm interested in Ito 57, the mysterious web author who only reads his work over the internet. One of the Japanese parts of the internet, Itoyo Kukuro is an extremely famous witch hunter. However, she's in a big opinion leader like Professor Otsuki. She's one of those Mechizbajo forgers who are always the center of the vigorous debates. Mechizbajo forgers are, as the name suggests, people who forge and post the content of radio-field Mechizbajos which purport to tell the story of the Rokujima incident. Claiming to have discovered a new message bottle, they post a very similar comment or a new theory with their own interpretation of the truth, claiming that it was written by Ushiromiya Maria. They openly call themselves Ushiromiya Maria, rather than new bizarre tales if they'd been there themselves and knew the truth, and send the stories out in their new sea that mankind discovered, the internet, calling them the third or fourth message bottles. All the first forgers are simple pranksters, or crooks trying to swindle collectors. However, eventually people who claim to have solved the riddles of the message bottles and reach the truth start appearing, and they start work creating third and fourth message bottles from Ushiromi and Maria, as though they had moved over the riddle teller's side. These people rewrote the tale of the witch with whatever interpretation they wanted. Every once in a while, certain theories gather an enormous amount of support on the web. Because of this, some of these creations began to be so widely trusted that they were believed to contain some grain of truth. The more rigid witch hunters openly despised these people, calling them forgers, counterfeiters, and just witches. Though they claimed to have reached the truth, they refused to tell it and create fake message bottles while testing everyone else. It's no surprise that serious witch hunters were very annoyed by these forgers. However, there were many people who simply liked to entertain themselves with the cult fantasy of Rokujima. A small number of those accept these creations as literary works. While of this expansion to the mystery's tale, of all the forgers, Itao Ikukuro was the one most highly regarded.
End of the Golden Witch.
End of the Golden Witch. I read that one of yours. Does that sound you have no qualms of killing off other people's families? Is that why you came all this way? Just to say that? I think not. Final descendant of the Ushiromiya family. In her latest forgery end, she killed off at least 7 of my relatives during the story. No, if you count the Alliance and Banquet, the other forgeries she made before. And then she's killed off almost my family in horrible ways over and over again. Of course I want to complain. However, all of her works are known for being in both form and level of completion, the closest tales to those written by Ushiromiya Maria herself. In particular, Ito Kuro's first forgery, Banquet the Golden Witch, was a depiction so complete that it even included Ushiromiya's escape to Kurodorian. People wonder whether this might be the true story of Rokujima and made it into those talk shows. So far, all those tales have been nothing more than electronic text on the web. However, people eventually realize that Itu Kuro is actually Hachijo Toya. When that happens, these tales will become associated with that bizarre Hachijo, and no one would think of them as mere fanfic creations. People would start wondering if this might actually be a third message box to be found and released under the guise of stories she herself wrote. When that happens, these stories probably seem even more bizarre and incredible. You are cunning, aren't you? Why do you say that? You're doing this to make your forgeries more mysterious and more credible. And what do you mean by credible? Once you gain enough credibility, your forgeries rise to the level of truth. Rise to the level of truth? How foolish! Such thing is unnecessary for my works. Is that because your works are the truth and not mere forgeries? Correct. They are the truth. There's no need for them to rise into anything. You aren't Maria One-chan. You're the one on Rokujima on that day. So how can you so seriously call this the truth? Messy, you're getting a little bit too stirred up. Shut up! How can you call this stirred up? Andrew realized she let her emotions get control of her. That was Simon shrugged. Your reason for coming here. Yeah, it wasn't to yell at me for murdering your family several times within my forgeries, correct? Hachijo had been smiling at Angie kindly, but in a condescending manner. Perhaps like a mother might watch over a very small child. Angie realized this when I was able to express her irritation. Apparently Yamakusa could tell that Angie was getting worked up. He joked around with her a bit so they could start the conversation over again from the beginning. That thing you came here to hear. It's the truth that I've reached, is it not? Why are you so sure you've reached the truth? Because I already said all the tales. And I'm asking you why you're so sure about that. Do you think that the sun ever revolved around the Earth? Hachijo suddenly started talking about the geocentric model. Angie was about to tell her not to answer questions with more questions, but she realized what Hachijo meant. Humans used to support geocentrism. However, that theory has been disproved in the modern age. Does this mean that, as the instant the theory was denied, the sun stopped moving, the Earth started revolving around the sun? Of course not. The truth doesn't change based on what humans believe. It's the same with this case. You deny my truth amounts to the same thing. Several scholars before Galileo proposed a heliocentric model. However, it's hard to objectively prove it using the scientific techniques available at the time. However, that didn't change the fact that it was the truth. And yet it moves. So, you're saying the truth is still the truth whether you can prove it or not? Correct! In the future, when the full truth finally becomes known, people would look back and realize that I had already discovered it. Apparently, Angie just couldn't stand Hachijo's attitude. She kept getting irritated, and every time Amakusa would joke around until she settled down again. However, there could be no mistake that Hachijo was a genius, and used her extraordinary intuition to form the most interesting behavior in the events that occurred on the island. That is why Angie had wanted to contact Itakukuro and hear about her viewpoints. So, she really was lucky to have been granted this meeting. Angie had been absolutely sure that Itakukuro was Hachijo Toya. She hadn't thought that the publishing company would really contact the author. And most of all, she hadn't dreamed that the mystery's masked author would grant her an interview under such short notice. The more she thought about it, the more she realized that the sum of the events leading to this meeting had been nothing short of a miracle. Yes, a miracle. After all, in most cases, I don't get contacted by the publishing company at all and leave for Nijima next day. I left for Nijima, then I went on to Rokujima. Then I gave One-chan Sakataro? Huh? Why would I have Sakataro? The future is all muddled. My head hurts. Hachijo said something that was showing Angie something good, rose from the sofa and headed for the study desk. When she turned her back, Amakusa asked Angie, who seemed to be troubled about something, if she was okay. Hey, Amakusa? How long have I been here?
Huh?
What? We're not in weird for a while now. What's going on? I can't remember for how long I've been sitting here. Ah, you're still sleepy. That's not it. I mean, I managed to get an appointment with Professor Utsuki, but the publishing company never got to me about Itakukuro. And in the end, I spent the whole day unable to accomplish anything I thought. Huh? Amakusa, I thought you went to go get that large black bag.
受け取りに行ったんじゃなかったっけ？
That's right. Just before we left for Nijima, Amakusa and I briefly parted ways. He had something about getting women from acquaintances, and he went to go get that large black bag. Wasn't that today? What am I talking about? I mean, didn't I go to Nijima, meet Captain Kawabata, and inside the bed... What? Huh? What?
どうしました？
Is something wrong? Did my confusion and uncertainty make me sigh out loud? Even though Hachijo's back was to me, she slowly turned around and smiled as though she appeared in my heart.
いいえ、何も。
No, it's nothing. Strange memories, ones that even I can't understand. I tried to hide my confusion, but for some reason Hachijo had a strange gleam in her eyes, as though she could read my mind.
私は何冊もの偽書の中で何度もあなたのご親族を
I revived and killed your family several times with various forgeries.
まるで
Almost as a witch might.
好きなだけ蘇らせて
Reviving and killing them whenever you like.
無限に
Endlessly.
まるで
Sometimes like Beatrice, doesn't it?
ええ
Yes, it does!
だから私
So
は
please follow the lead of all those people on the
ネット上
web.
で彼らがそう呼ぶように魔女なの
And as soon as about to do that, I might be a witch. She took a thickly packed brown envelope out of a locked drawer. It appeared to be filled to bursting with pages of printout text. Perhaps this was a manuscript for one of her works. And the neat letters written with a fountain pen on the envelope spelled out the word Dawn. This is no forgery by the name of Dawn. Which must mean... Angie could tell. This was a new one. Hachijo's newest unreleased forgery. Dawn of the Golden Witch.
全てを知る私には全てが退屈
For one such as I who knows everything, everything is boring.
しかし何も知ら
However, I
ぬ
don't
うち
dislike
に
letting the
それを
ignorant
言
read
い
my
ま
works
せ
to
ん
see what kind of reaction they
何
have.
がしかの反応を得ることは嫌いではないだからあなた
And so, I want you to read it.
新しい無限の魔女としての
You
新
want me to read your newest work because you created the new Endless Witch?
そうです人の子よ
Correct, child of man.
あなたが憤
Whether
慨
you
し
resent or admire it, you can help me forget my illness for a time.
それは私の病もう茶番は終わりにしま
Let's
しょ
put an end to this farce, shall we?
うあんたは誰
Who are you?
私の記憶に
I don't remember ever meeting you like this. Is it tried to contact Hachijo Tohaya? How in the end I never got a chance to meet her. In other words, all this is a falsehood.
今度は私は誰の駒
Whose piece am I this time?
けどこの後ろ宮
Sorry, but you think you can tame Ushiromiya Angie so
飼
easily?
いならせると思ったら大
You're
間違
making a
い
big mistake.
やはりそなたは面白いかな
Yes, I'd hope you'd be this interesting. She finally couldn't hold it back anymore and burst out laughing. Crouching space around them seemed to fill with a strange purple mist. The room itself seemed to twist and bend. Her figure also twisted, and after transforming through something that couldn't be described, she took the form of what she had just called herself. A witch.
見事なり
Splendid! You did really well to see through my trick.
私ってつくづく魔女に好かれるし
It seems I'm the type that witches love to cling
あ
to.
んたたちに特徴的な
Oh, you have the same condescending tone towards other people.
すぐに魔女
You
だ
were a witch right away. Nala sitting on the sofa was nowhere to be seen. Even Angie's bodyguard, who was supposed to be around at times like this, was gone. There's only a non-human figure relaxing in a large, ornate rocking chair.
面白きかな人の子よ
I find you to be interesting, child man.
愉快な
Your charming nature is the perfect thing to alleviate my boredom.
普通にふさわしい。こっちは全然愉快じゃないわ。
Yeah, well, I don't see anything charming about this.
どうして私は生きてるの？
Why am I alive?
私は
Was I killed in a pretty nasty way for breaking the rule about revealing my
ひ
name?
どい殺され方をしたと思ってたけど。
Well, I did doubt that those people would just let me go so easily. What kind of farce would I be forced to go along with this time? I really don't care. I'll just do whatever I can within the bounds of the road they gave me. What I can do to help Oni-chan. Of course I understand. Even if he wins, he'll never come back to me.
でもね、あがくわよ。
Even so, I'll struggle on.
あの日の私のところ
I'll
へ
make sure
お兄ちゃんを返すために
Oni-chan comes back to the me of that day.
そう生きり立たずともよ。
Oh, no need to lose your temper.
私がそなたに求める役割は駒ではない。
I'm not asking you to be a piece.
じゃあ何の用で呼び出したの？
Then why did you summon me here?
まさかあんた
Don't tell me you want me to read this new story, whatever it is that you've written.
読めとでも言う気じゃないでしょうね。その通りだ。
Oh, that is exactly it.
そなたに望む
I don't want you to be my piece.
もとより私は傍観者。
I've always been a mere observer.
あやつらの
No intention of sticking my neck into their game.
毛頭もなし。意味わかんないわ。
I don't get it.
あんたは私に何を期待してるの？
What is it you want from me?
私のためにベアトリーチェの紡ぐ
Be an observer for me and observe the fragments Beatrice is woven. Come now, come.
観測者？
An observer?
よくわかん
I
な
don't
い。
really know what you mean, but no deal.
かつて
In the past,
私
I
は
observed the fragments through Balor's eyes.
かけらを鑑賞していた。しかし
However, now that he's succeeded the business game master, he's not a suitable observer.
観測者としてふさわしくないのだ。私は心より純粋な気持ちで
I am following this tale with true and earnest intentions.
その私にとって
It would be such a waste to observe through the eyes of Balor as he is now, like reading a detective novel backwards.
さながらお兄ちゃんがゲームマスター？
Oni-chan is the game master?
何の話をして
What
る
on earth are you talking about?
さっぱりだろう。
Oh, of course you don't know!
知りたい
You wanna know, don't you?
私も
I too wish to know something.
バトラが
What can I tell what Balor weave now that he's taking the position of game
紡
master?
ぐ物語がどのようなものか。そしてバト
Furthermore,
ラ
I
が
wish to search for the truth Balor reaches part of my own mental
どの
journey.
ようなものか私の自らの思考の旅で追いたいのだ。私は病
My illness affects me gravely.
考えねば
I do not think I cannot even keep my heart beating.
さえ叶わないつまり
So,
あんたは
want me to
新
read
し
your
い
new picture book aloud to you?
私に朗読してもらいたいってわけ？そういう解釈
You might as well interpret it that way.
見返りに
In exchange, you'll also be able to take part in your own journey of the mind.
そなたとて未だ真相には至っていないは
I do believe that even you have yet to reach the truth.
ず続けたいはずだ。
I think you want to continue on the journey to find the truth.
あんたに得をさせる義理がないわ。
I don't owe you anything.
生きがるな。
Oh, don't push your luck.
私は時
I
に
mean, at times that is not usually the case.
場合そうではない。
Angie hadn't yet reached the truth either. Though she knew that the game was little more than a toy for the witches to play with, she wanted to resume. So she called the tale and closed in on the king called Truth.
私は
I might follow the tale so I could find the truth myself.
物語を追うかもしれないけれど、あんたのために意味はわかる？
Understand? Angie was willing to read the story aloud, but she could quit at any time if the witch made her mad. She was, in effect, worrying the witch not to annoy her.
無論だ。
Oh, of course. You can call it a picture of it, but to me, it's the only medicine for a fatal illness.
病への唯一の薬。そなたの改造
I can't take that medicine without you to assist me.
もできぬもの。すなわち相理共生だ。
In other words, it's a mutually beneficial agreement.
あんたが寝入るまで。
So you're telling me to read your book until you fall asleep.
その代わり
And in exchange, you'll let me read it too.
そういうことね。
Is that right?
そうだ。
Oh, precisely.
引き受けてくれる
If you're willing to accept,
しばしの一時。私の
I shall ask that you become my reader for a time.
偉そうな役職名だけど。
Well, it says to get my own title, but all you really want me to do is read books, right?
私の朗読者である
Becoming my reader means the same as becoming my familiar.
私の使いであるということ。すなわち
In other words, what is done against you will be done against me.
私はベアトリーチェ
I've never permitted anyone to disrupt my only interest having to read the rest of Beatrice's tale.
何者にも邪魔されることを許さぬ。そなたをもてあ
I'm not let Burn kiss out, Lambda Delta,
無論
or in Beatrice force anything upon you. The switch, you seem to have almost divine quality or spoke quietly and forcefully. There's no threat in her words, however, even so, it's clear that she was on a different level than Burn kiss out and the other witches, and not at all to be taken lightly.
本を読ませる代わりに
So you offer me your protection if I agree to read your book. You think I forgot as it was the one that most spoilery? I can believe it.
無論だ。
Of course! What I want is for you to read aloud to me.
それを
I will not spare any attempt to stand in the way of that.
許しはしない。私の態
If
度
my attitude seems arrogant to you, allow me to apologize, Shadow Man.
人の子に私はこれでもそなたに最大の敬意を持って語りかけている。
It may not seem so, but I am seeing you with an utmost respect.
みたいね。
Yeah, probably.
その魔女らしい
You have a feeling that even that witch-like style of speech
あんたの中では
is the most respect you've shown anyone in the last 2 centuries.
本によろしくお願いし
When you're reading a book, do you tell it thank you very much before flipping through the pages?
そういうことよね。
I guess it is like that.
理解したわ。
I understand. Despite agreeing to have a conversation with Angie, she was showing an incredible amount of respect and willingness to compromise. Angie shrugged, but she also nodded to show her consent.
いいわ。
Sure,
あんたの朗読
I'll be your reader.
あんたが私に同意を
I say you showed a ton of respect just by asking my consent first.
敬意を表したことを理解したわ。良き理解だ、人の子よ。
Oh, you stand well, Chowder Man.
私の名はエンジェよ。
My name is Angie.
人の子だから
Not Chowder Man or whatever.
良いだろう。
Oh, very well.
私が敬意を示すことの証に
As through my respect for you, I will acknowledge your name. For her, acknowledging human's name was like acknowledging names of all the leaves scattered across the ground. Acknowledging Angie's name was a miracle. No, it was immensely good fortune.
これよりそなた後ろにある
From this point, Ushima Angie,
感激の
who
魔女
serves the reader Miko to the witch of theater-going, feathering Augustus Aurora. Miko is often translated as Shrine Maiden. Traditionally dressed in white and red, Miko acts as assistants in Shinto shrines. In addition to helping out with the day-to-day running of the shrine, including cleaning the premises and selling charms and fortunes, Miko also performs ceremonial dances and assists priests in Shinto rituals and performances. I'm so excited to see what stories we read together.
そなたが朗読を終えるまで
Until you finish your reading,
そなたの朗読を
I shall bring calamity to all who attempt to hinder your task.
災いを与える
When the witch of theater-going feathering spoke this, Angie was wrapped in a bright light. Angie, feel any particular change herself? She only had given something that only non-humans could sense. It signified that from this point on forward, Angie would be attached to the Witch of Theater going. That would mean Angie would gain some sort of special power. But at the very least, it would probably mean that anyone wanting to cause her harm would first have to take on Featherine herself. The name is pretty long. Sounds like some ancient Roman person. What should I call you? If I was not familiar with me, call me Augustus Aurora. After all the respect you've shown me, it's only fitting that I respond in kind. I'll call you Featherine. Any problems? Oh, none at all. For an ailing witch as myself, we mean called by my first name would be experienced to be treasured and pondered over. Child of man. I have a name. It's Angie. You know, guys like this are nice every once in a while. Angie, my Miko. Angie accepted her role. She observed this tale with the Witch of Theater going. The curtain was rising in the sixth tale. At one time, only Bee and her fellow witches had gathered in a smoking room to chat. Now, however, an unusually large number of people were present.
I wonder what kind of game Bow's going to show us.
I don't care what. As long as it's fun enough to relieve my boredom as I crush it.
Leave everything to me, my master. I performed to my fullest and give you the results you desire.
Oh, yeah, you'd better. I kept making strange faces all the time last game thanks to you. That I might start getting wrinkles.
There's no need to worry. I'll leave your face without fear, no matter how wrinkly you make it. Tracy Bird is such high spirits. Pew's game board really is something else.
How sad it is that the master of this game board is no longer with us.
A tiger dies and leaves behind his hide. Looks like Pew has died and left behind her game.
Even though chess still exists, no one knows the name of the person who invented it.
Oh, that's right! Poor game creator! Come think of it, Allison's really keeping us waiting, isn't he? Is he still setting up for the 6th game?
Gertrude, how are Lord Balor's preparations progressing? For your attention, I beg to inform you the following. Know that he will be finished very soon.
You must have a lot of confidence. You know what he's trying to keep us waiting this long? You're humiliated for me, my master, last time. I'll defeat him no matter what it takes.
特にあんた
And in particular,
二
that
度
she
と
don't
無
screw
茶
up
を見せ
again.
ないでくださいよ奮起して臨む
I
もの
will meet the challenges with all my strength.
The previous game asked Lambda Delta. I affirmed that Valor understood everything about Bito's game. However, to prove it, Valor would have to run this game by himself and carry it through to completion. In other words, if Eric could crush this game of Valor's, she would in effect wipe away the dishonor of the last game. Though Erica was chomping at the bit to get started, it was taking Valor quite some time to show himself. Then, a swarm of golden butterflies swelled out nothing and formed a human shape. When the shape of that familiar dress, everyone immediately realized who it was.
おやベアトリーチェさんじゃないですか
Ah, look, it's Beach's son.
ギリゼ
I thought he died in his spear last time.
消えたとばかり消えたのはプレイヤー
Bito
の
is
ベア
the player is the one who disappeared.
こいつは
It's probably just a piece.
バトル
Valor's piece.
駒ではあっても
Even if she's a piece, it does not change the fact that it is her.
Bito just gave an elegant curtsy as she appeared. The song entrance was so vastly different from her usual high-pitched laugh. That created a sense of tension as we waited for the start of the 6th game to be announced at last.
お父様はもうじきお越しになられます
Father will be here very soon.
どうか
I ask that you wait just for a short while longer.
お許しくださいお父様
Father? What's that?
それが今
This
回
game's do twist on things?
Not only Bito started talking in an unusually polite manner, she also used the word father, probably referring to Valor. For instance, everyone else was stunned to silence. They realized that this was part of something bigger and they grinned. Bito wasn't the type who could keep up this kind of act for long. It would probably fall apart in a few seconds, leaving her laughing and cackling rudely at everyone. Erica, who was itching her fight, went for Bito almost at once.
まさか無能な
I never expected the incompetent Valor-san
あなたのゲームの真相
to reach the truth of your game.
お父様なればこそ深淵を理解す
It
る
must be Father's talent that led him to his profound understanding.
さすがだと思う
He really is clever.
しかしあんたもラッキー
You're pretty lucky, aren't you?
バトラでゲームマスターになれなかったら二度と復
If
活でき
Valor
ない
hadn't become the game master, he would never been revived again.
まったく悪運が強いと言いますか
You certainly have the luck of the devil.
悪運
The devil?
まあいずれにせよ
In any case, I'm gonna pay you back in full for last time.
あんたというバトラの妄想幻想
You're just one of Valor's delusions, fantasies. Hurry, every party will knock you down in an abyss of oblivion.
してやりますから私もミスミスやられるわけには参りません
Oh, well, I also intend to hold my own.
その
I look forward to having a good, clean
よろし
fight.
くお願いいたします
By this point, everyone realized that something weird was going on. There's no doubt that the face, the dress, and the hair were all Beatrice's. However, her expression was different. Even though she had Bito's face, people would never show anyone an expression like that.
誰よあんた
Just, who are you?
There was a heavy silence. Leon Delta spoke for everyone there. At first, Bito wore a smiling yet confused expression. However, when she realized the mood had gone down suddenly, her expression finally darkened and she hung her head.
あんた誰です
Who are you?
ベアトリーチェ教と
You appear to be Lady Beatrice.
違うのです
But is that true?
Even Delta was first asked despite the rudeness of the question. That was how much this woman, who appeared to be Bito, was not.
Am I somewhat different from Beatrice? That all of you were expecting? What are you talking about? Wait a second. Don't tell me you have amnesia or something. I was only born recently, so I have no memories at all. But I'm studying hard in order to become the Beatrice you all expect.
Vito, I told you to stay in your room. Tyler's voice came out of nowhere. His tone was very slightly cold. Vito's expression looked like that of a young girl being scolded. The swirl of gold butterflies, Bowser appeared. His dignified bearing and appearance was fitting for the ruler of this game. However, his expression was gloomy. His gaze was directed at Vito. Go back to your room. You aren't supposed to be here.
I just want to help you however I could, Father.
Go to your room. He spoke softly and forcefully. Bowser didn't leave her any room for debate. Vito hung her head and curtsied as she prepared to leave the room. Also,
yes, what is it, Father?
my name is Balor. Never call me by another name again.
Yes.
Vito melted into a swarm of butterflies and disappeared. This was the first part of the tale with Balor as the Game Master. The witches all expected to come forward with some flashy, big developments, so they were all fairly confused. Their mouths were still hanging open. This is an unusual approach. Pardon me. Please forget what you saw just now.
So, are you trying to trick us with this? You're scheming to give us the wrong impression, like another North Wind in the Sun strategy, aren't you? Is something wrong?
Don't worry about it. There's nothing to do with you people.
I see. Then it doesn't matter. Alright, Balor, please start up a new game right away! You've kept us waiting so long, so it's gotten boring!
Sure. Let's start the 6th game. Erica, Minucci, Burn Castell. This would be my tale, proof that I've reached the truth about Vito. Lambda Delta? Did you ever see this game as former Game Master?
Sure, looking forward to it. What's the title?
Dawn. As in the Dawn of the Golden Witch. Of course, the winter sun is quick to sink back below the horizon.
Of course, my master. I'll try to get back down for you right away. At least your title was good, Father-son. I'll give you that much.
Well, I'm glad you like it. Then let's get started. This game now begins. Balor solemnly announced the start of the game. Everybody was fired up after the end of the last game, where he and Erica had sworn to settle everything next time. He's extremely quiet now. Angie.
ベアとの様
Beatrice
子が
seems very different from the way she was before.
私も
I'm surprised too.
何が
I don't have a clue what's going on.
それ以前
In fact, I don't even get why Beatrice was revived in the first place.
さっぱりだわさっき読
I
ま
just
せ
finished reading it a little while ago, but at the end of the previous tale,
最後でお兄ちゃんが真相にたどり着く直前に死んで消え
didn't she
た
die just before One-chan reached the truth?
この世界での死は
There are two kinds of death in this world.
一つは
One of them is when a piece is taken from the game board.
ゲーム版より取り除かれるこれはゲームにおける
The only death is about the game. You die to revive over and over again each time you start anew.
だから魔女たちは
That's why the witch is so merciless when it comes to taking those lives.
あまりに無慈悲なわけよね
To the witch players, lives of those characters who appear on the game board are no different from pieces on a chessboard that take other pieces and get taken. After all, these pieces get set up again when the next game starts.
マリアにおける
Maria Sakataro is a prime example of these. Sakataro is One-chan's piece? Yes, that does make sense. On the game board that represents the inside of One-chan's head, Sakataro certainly does exist, and is a piece which always stays by her side. Though he's nothing more than a stuffed animal in the real world. On One-chan's game board, he's a faux piece, no different from any other piece.
でも
But
どうかしら
I wonder.
魔女のゲームの
I wish the game board you a piece, right?
できるんでしょでもお姉ちゃんの世界
But One-chan was unable to revive Sakataro in her world.
世界でたった一つのぬいぐるみという
Oh, that's because she lost that complete unique stuffed animal that was his vessel.
だから
Because this condition of that piece's existence was violated, he impossible revive on Maria's game board.
復活することができなかったそなたが
The only reason you were able to revive Sakataro on the game board was because you once again assassinated her existence.
ゲーム
Correct?
版に蘇ることができたのではないか確かに
True. Marie One-chan. It's only able to revive him because she had lost the stuffed animal that was his vessel. If, like my family and Bito's game board, Chan needed a vessel for him, she would have been able to revive him as often as she wanted.
そうね
Okay, got it.
確かに
See that Sakataro might be considered One-chan's piece.
少なくとも
Well, at least as long as his vessel was okay, he could have been revived over and over again.
蘇れる存在だわそう
Oh,
よ
correct!
りしろが無事
Some vessels safely can be revived over and over
蘇
again.
ることができるそれが
That's what the life of a piece is like.
それがこの世界での死における一つ目も
That's the first kind of death in this
う
world.
一つは
What's the second?
ゲーム版の外の存在
That's the death of beings outside the game board.
サク太郎の
Taking view
話
with the
で
Sakataro example, that would be like Maria's
この場合
death.
はマリアの死だコマじゃなく
Not the piece, but the real One-chan's death, right?
死だけでは
It
ない
doesn't have to be her death.
興味や
Paul's
関
interest
心
or concern would have the same
の喪失
effect.
マリアがぬい
When
ぐ
Maria
るみ
grows up
遊びを卒
from
業
playing
する
stuffed animals, then Maria, the game player, will
ゲー
die.
ムとしてのマリアは死ぬさながら
It's as quick as just turning off the switch on TV when you get bored of it.
簡単にあっさりなるほど
I see.
つまりプレイヤ
In
ー
that case, Speed the player completely gave up on winning during the last game.
勝利を完全に諦めたので死んで消え去った
So she died and vanished.
ならつまり
Does she not Beto thinks she has a chance of defeating One-chan again? She'll come back to life, right?
生き返るってことだわ理屈ではそうだ
Logically, that is true.
人もま
It's the same for people, witches, and even gods.
興味と関心を失え
They
ば
lose interest and concern, they can die at any time.
そしてそれを取り戻
They
せ
regain
ば
that interest, they can revive at any time.
しかし神の世界にはからいつ蘇るも自在だ
However, though the concept of time does not exist in the world of gods, they can revive whenever they want. Time is just like an arrow in the human world, and it's not so easy
それは
there.
容易ではないなそうね
That's true.
一日のずる
Skipping school for one day might not be a problem, but if you skip 3 days in a row,
学校
you can expect to get some
すごく大きい
backlash.
それが1ヶ月1年10年
And what if that stretched out for a month, a year, a decade? What if they lasted for 1,000 years like the world witches? I see. You skipped for a long time, it would mean that you're dead as far as society is concerned. If you remain dead for that long, not only would you be unable to catch up with all you missed on the world at large, you'll also lose any motivation you might have had when you left. So, even though you'd be alive, you could say that you died once. You would never again be able to regain the self that you once were. You would never revive. Beto lost any chance or hope of winning. Even though she knew this, she pretended not to and kept on fighting for many, many games. So Beto would not return. Her hopes were crushed. She spent all the willpower she might have used to regain the will to fight. Therefore, that Beatrice would never revive again. That Beto who just sat around the whole time with empty eyes in the 5th game must have been her corpse. She managed to remain on the game board despite it all. But even then that corpse was wiped away. If Beto had been the game master at that time instead of landing to Delta, the game board itself would have vanished at that moment and everything would have ended. Kind of thing, if Beto started to lose the will to fight back near the end of the 4th game. When Beto loses her will to fight, the world of this game disappears. However, the witches want to keep playing in this game board world, so they have Delta bound Beto in place with the curse of that shackle. Should use that shackle to make sure the game board wouldn't disappear. Even if Beto did lose the will to fight. In chess, this would be the equivalent of removing the set timeline for each turn, making it endless. However, simply having the game endlessly paused on Beto turn would cause the witches to die from their illness of boredom. Starting then, Beto's existence was no longer one of the conditions necessary for the game to exist. This is probably why the shackles binding her to the game board were released. And that explains why she disappeared in the 5th game. So, when Oni-chan managed to reach the truth, it was one game too late for him to tell Pete about it. The 5th game was a form of charity and to Delta's parts. She mentally showed Bowser some mercy as the witch turned to acknowledge his strong desire to reach the truth no matter what. How can you call that charity? It's just those fickle witches killing time. Let's get back to the point. So, that means this weird Beto isn't the player Beto. She's just a piece Beto. Yes. And if that is so, you would expect her to turn out as the Beto everyone knows well. That should also be the kind of Beto that Balor wants. You mean he wasn't satisfied with just a doll? When playing with dolls, one can project the personality they desire most onto the doll. However, since you're acting out their part, nothing unexpected can ever happen. You cannot hope for an unanticipated happiness. In the human world, there's nothing so boring as predictability. That's why, though a doll can become a person's best friend in the world, he eventually get bored and outgrow them. Oni-chan only wants a real Beto. He can't bear having a doll that could only make act like Beto.
バトラの駒として生み出された
A Beto born as Balor's piece would probably move exactly according to Balor's wishes.
駒なんだから当然だわ
She's a piece, so it's only natural. Please move according to their players' directions.
そしてそれ以外では一切動かない
And they're incapable of moving in any other way.
お兄ちゃんが何を
I see what it is Oni-chan wants.
じゃあ
Then just use this weird Beto.
何者なのバトラはベアトを本当に
Balor might be trying to revive Beto in the truest sense.
人の子だ
It's the never-dying dream held by the children of man.
あんたはさっき赤を使ってそれはないと否定したわ
You just used the red to say that wasn't possible.
あのベアトが蘇ることは
That Beto has no chance of reviving.
しかし
However, that doesn't mean that it's impossible to create Beto again.
忘れたか
Have you forgotten? And that Bring Itself herself revealed Beto's true form at the end of the first game.
思い出したわ
Now remember.
ルールが具現化した存在みたいなこと言ってた
You said something about Beto exists as the incarnation of the rules.
そのルールと情報が練り上げられ
Rules and information brought together.
最終的にあのベアトリーチェという魔女が形作られたの
Brought together, Omi took the form of the witch known as
そ
Beatrice.
れを再びなぞれば同じベアトリーチェをもう一度生み出し
If that pattern is followed once more, the same Beatrice would be born again.
それをもって
Perhaps one could call that a resurrection.
活動することもできるつまりあのおかしなベアとは
In other words, that weird Beto. It's like the egg of Beto. No such chick.
あるいはヒナそう解釈するのが
That interpretation is probably accurate.
すなわち
In short, this Beto is a chick that might become that Beto.
あのベアトへ至るヒナなのだ
And that means
この純情から
this pure and lovable kid will eventually grow into that screwed up crazy witch.
ひねくれてイカれた魔女に成長するってことね
In other words, that Beto is a baby version of the Beto we all know. So, just like how no person is born evil, the newborn Beto isn't evil either. Even though she really is a different person, if you measure her by her basis, her soul, then maybe you really could call it as resurrection. However, this reality can't possibly be easy to accept. Though she may technically be Beto herself, she's also, without a doubt, a different person. And the way she acts will make anyone feel as though something's out of place.
退屈しない
Oh, how entertaining.
そなたの朗読
You
は
read aloud is far from boring.
あんたに朗読が必要なのか疑わしいわ
I wonder if you even really need someone to read aloud for
あ
you.
んたはもうす
Looks like you already know
全て
everything.
を知っているように見えるそなたと会話をしている
I only reached that thought because I'm engaged in conversation with you. God, I know that this is a strong metaphor for the writer and the reader, but I also can't help but think this is a strong metaphor for the streamer and the fucking chat right now. I know that's not intended, but I'm getting that fucking feeling right now.
我が思考は八百万を束ねて超える
My thoughts are more numerous than the stars in the sky.
人の子には
I'm here to know everything to a child man like you.
だけにされどそなたがいなければ
However, without you here, I'm nothing but a weak, sickly person without even the power to think.
初からそういえばもっと素直に朗読を引き受けてやったのに。
If you just sat down in the first place, I would agree to read for you a lot more easily.
私の機嫌が良くなった。
Oh, my mood just happened to improve.
浮かれるの。
Don't get an overswelled impression of yourself.
私はお前
I think every your life is nothing more than a leaf one may lose after losing it as a bookmark.
木の葉よりも軽んじているぞ。続きを読んでください。お願いします。
Please continue reading.
解釈するよ。
That's how I choose to interpret that.
オッケー。
Okay.
退屈しない。
Ah, far from boring.
そなたは
You really do make an excellent Miko. Feather rocked back in her rocking chair and looked up at the ceiling, laughing as though the conversation itself was pleasant for her. Andrew slowly figuring out how to deal with this strange witch. This person was also bored. When a sick person has been in bed for a long time gets too bored, they sometimes act in a rebellious manner. On the other hand, they also get a little bored of being treated kindly all the time. She may want to be respected for her superiority, but it's probably more interesting for her when she's spoken to a little rudely. What a coincidence. Not exactly how I used to be.
とにかく
Anyway,
第4のゲー
when
ム
we learned the fourth game, there's no doubt that there's some kind of bad blood between Beto and Oni-chan in the past.
間違いないの。このベアとを知ること
Learning about this, Beto might give us a key towards finding the truth.
そうであろう。
Oh, it does seem so.
私も興味
It's caught my interest as well.
彼女の物語。
Let us read that her tale too.
はいはい、仰せのままに我があるさ。
Oh, sure, as you wish, my master. Angie raised her hands like a conductor, and the bookshelves in this bar study responded. Once again, so a book swirled out and began to swirl around Angie. God damn it, Valor, can you imagine seeing with seated competence? Valor is not allowed to be comment for more than 5 minutes, it seems. Or an hour. He's got an allotment of being a cool fucker for like 2 hours. Then he has to be goddamn lame again. God damn it. Okay, how did you fuck this up? No, she's upgrade. I don't know if I call that an upgrade, Darkman. I don't know if I call that an upgrade. So our base outfit is more frilly than a damn wedding dress. Indeed. Surprising that. Okay. Is anything changing here, I wonder? So I assume there's some kind of mental lockup Balor's accidentally created himself in that released that situation. Maybe a contradiction in Red Truths? I could see it theoretically. Well, I actually can't. Like, yeah, that's probably a flash forward, like the start of episode 5. I'm just trying to think, like, is there any way you could make it 2 Red Truths that end up in a situation like that? We're fucking back? No! I'm gonna get fucking lost again! There's... Oh, I'm gonna fucking get so confused again. Now, who in chat wants to go through the entirety of episode 4 and control F this entire name? Who wants to do it? Who's gonna volunteer? Come on, someone wants to do it, right? Right? Someone wants to do it. Why is it always Angie that fucking complicates things so goddamn much? What the fuck? Zane, I fucking hate you witches. God fucking, you all knew this was coming. You all knew this was coming, you goddamn witches. God fucking damn it. Ah. Lambda is too unserious for any attempt to last longer than a few moments, yeah. The user, and you guys haven't figured out that, what? I don't understand. Carrie, are you normal? I think Carrie's normal. I do not play games with the Grim Reaper. If I did, I would be on first name basis with him. Was that even a metaphor back then? I don't know. I never kept up with it, but if that was a metaphor back then, that'd be fucking something. Especially if it wasn't a metaphor back then and just ends up being true, Carrie, that'd be something else. It might have been in 2009 at least. In 1986, in 1986 Japan, I almost certainly fucking not. She's also, without a doubt, a different person.